Hey, what is up, guys? Gangster Jeweler here. So our next repair that we are going to be working on is, hold on, I'm having to rerun some wires here. I'm having a makeshift do for a moment, guys, at least till I get my other phone. But at any rate, what we're working on today is we got a ring that needs to be sized to an 11. And let's take a look at what size it is now. It is a 10, and we're going to an 11. So we're going one size up, y'all. One size up. That shouldn't be too bad. So let's go ahead and cut this real quick. Got to find the cutters first, man. Yeah, I know. I might clean it. Here, I need to put this guitar string back. That'll help for one. That was from a previous video. I'm not sure if I'll have it uploaded before this one, but we had to replace a spring in the electrical class. But here's what we're gonna do. We know this has been sized before, so we're gonna kind of do it a little off to the side, maybe. Screw it. We're gonna do it right at the bottom. Just cut it right at the bottom there. And we are going to move this up to an 11. But remember, we don't want to go right on 11. We want it to be like a hair smaller. So about a quarter size off, because by the time you file and everything, it's going to be right where it needs to be. So we're sitting right at about, why does this thing not focus in very well? Okay, anyways. But we're going to be going to an 11. So we want to be just a quarter size smaller. So 10 3/4 is where we want to be at. So let's go ahead and get our cutting disc here. Grab our cutting disc. And we'll go ahead and file them sides down real quick. Now one thing, hold on guys, I'm going to have to readjust this camera somehow. I'm sorry, I'm having to use a different phone. This thing just is not. I've finally gotten used to working with the other one. Don't turn on. There we go. Yeah, I've gotten used to working with the other one. And now I'm going to have to try to learn how to work with this one temporarily. Which is kind of a bitch, but you do what you got to do, you know. Let's go ahead and file these sides down. Like so. Well, this thing does not focus in worth a shit, does it? Go to 1x. There we go, that's better. That's better. See if it'll stay that way. Okay, now what we need to do is put this on the mandrel. Go ahead and get us a small piece of gold, because we're not going to need a very big piece. Just a little piece there. Okay, let's see. Grab our tweezers here, wherever they may be. They probably disappeared somewhere in my menagerie. I know some jewelers that have a little messier desk than I do, and then I know some like to keep theirs fairly clean. I get it. To each their own. But usually the product is always going to be about the same, so no biggie. Where did my tweezers go? I know I just had them not that long ago here. Come on. Where'd it go? Well, we'll use these temporarily. That'll work. Well, let's go ahead and see if we can't find us a piece to fit in there. And like I said, we don't need a very big piece. As a matter of fact, that might work right there. That might work right there. Let's take a look and see. If we turn that long ways like that. Wow, that's almost perfect right there. Heck yeah. Okay, so here's what we'll do. See if we can get that, because the side's already flat on that piece, so we'll see if we can get it to stick in there. If not, then we'll have to figure something else out. Might have to groove the sides of that piece a little bit. Yeah, we're going to have to groove the sides just a little bit to help hold it. So let's go ahead and put our groove in there. And we'll do the same thing on the other side there. Cut us a little groove in there. With our cutting disc, that'll kind of help hold the piece in there. So here's what we're going to do. See which way it's going to sit in there the best. It's not sitting in there too well, is it? Alright, we're going to leave it like that. That should work. Should work for us. And I forgot to turn the tanks on my torch. So let me unplug this for just a second. Let's go ahead and turn our torches on here. our torches, our tanks. Not our torches, our tanks. Get it right, Rob. Get it right. Okay, now let's go ahead and dip the whole ring in boric acid denatured alcohol. And we will switch to a 5 tip for this. Let's see, is that the 5? That's the 5. Switch to a 5 tip there. Let's set that baby on fire. Okay, now cut us a piece of solder. We're going to need 2 pieces of solder. Now, being that this ring is a tin, I know it's been sized before. I'm really hoping and praying they didn't use easy or medium. But if they did, we might blow a piece out. It's a possibility. I don't know that we will. I'm hoping not, but if we do, we do. So let's put our flux on there. Shit, I think my piece is about to fall out probably. It was close to falling out there. Alright. Now I need to see how far I can zoom in with this camera. I honestly don't even know. Okay. Let's go ahead and adjust our torch here. And let's go ahead and grab the solder. And let's see if we can't get this bad boy to weld. I need to crank that torch down just a little bit. Just a hair. And let's see if something tells me we might blow a piece out though. I hope not, but if we do, we do. What I'm going to try to do is get one side partially welded. Oh, there goes one side. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab our other piece of solder. As soon as I find it. Where'd you go? There you are. Found you. Oh, that did not go where we wanted it, did it? There we go. Now it did. Alright. Let me zoom you guys back out here. Now these are diamonds, so we're not really worried about sticking that in the water there. Okay. And you see we got our piece welded in there. And then what I'm going to do is just go ahead and cut that excess off. Just go ahead and cut right there. Give me my gold back. There we go. And we're going to take that little piece that we cut off. We're going to put that back in our scrap bin here. And now what we need to do is I'm going to file that inside down just a tiny little bit before we go hammering, because there's a little bit of excess built up there. So let's do that real quick. There we go. I'll just follow that inside down a little bit. Alright, now let's just see. Forgot I need to plug this back up before it dies on me. It's the only bad thing about this new camera that I'm using is it drains the battery super fast. I don't really like it, but until I get my other phone, there's not really a whole hell of a lot I can do about it, you know. Okay, so we are almost to an 11. We're sitting at about 10 3/4 right now. So we're going to grab our ball peen hammer and do a little bit of tapping here. Do just a little bit of tapping. Okay, 11 and 11. Nice. Alright, so we're 11 on both sides, so we don't want to do any more tapping. But what we do want to do is we now need to blend our piece in so we can't tell. So we're going to file these sides down just a tad. Okay, now let's do the other side. Alright guys, let's see, we need to switch to a different rock so we can file this back side of this shank here. I'm just going to kind of file this part here. Well, I know it had been sized before, so I'm glad we didn't blow a piece out of it. That was nice. Now what we need to do is go ahead and get our wedge here. And get our metal file, and we need to file the sides down so that they meet flush. Not quite there yet. Almost. And remember, you don't need to push real hard. Just light strokes and in the same direction. Light strokes and in the same direction. We need to switch to our inside rock for a second here. File that down a little bit. Okay. Now what we need to do is finish filing a little more on that side. Okay. Now we need to do the same thing on the other side. Well, that side blended in a lot better than the other side did. Well, I mean, it blended in the same, but it blended in quicker, I guess is what I was trying to say. Now when you file, the sides, you'll kind of have some excess up in the top there and on the inside. And then we're going to take the metal file and we're going to kind of go across the top too of that piece. Kind of get the corners and the edges. We want the ring to form. But we want, basically, your goal is you want the piece to form into the ring so you can't even tell where you had to add the gold or the piece at. Is your ultimate goal. That is your ultimate goal. Okay, now what we're going to do is get our silicone wheel. We're going to go ahead and smooth the inside out first. We'll go ahead and do that. And then we'll switch to another silicone wheel so we can smooth out the back of the shank and the sides. Yeah, I couldn't believe it, man. I left my freaking phone on the back of my truck. I went down the road. It flew off. I didn't even realize it was missing until later. So I was calling it, and it was still ringing. So I was hoping I could find it, but I couldn't find it at the house. So I was like, I must have left it on the back of the truck because I remember setting something up there. And if just for a tip for you guys, if your phone is still on, even if the screen's broke, if it's still getting a signal, you can look up. You can go to Google and type in, look up my phone number, and it'll tell you if your phone's still on. It'll tell you exactly where it's sitting at. So I found it sitting right in the middle of Park Street here in Jacksonville, and when I found it, it had been ran over a couple times. But I was hoping since it was still ringing and that it would still be somewhat intact, but didn't work out that way. So for right now, till I get my phone replaced from T-Mobile, we're using this piece of shit phone that I'm using here. I don't think the video quality is quite as good, but it's gonna have to do for a little while. It is what it is, guys. And the video quality might not be that bad. I haven't uploaded a video yet from this, you know, but just from looking, from what I can see, it doesn't look quite as good, but I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. So we're just using a silicone wheel to smooth out the tops and the sides now of the ring here. Alright guys, let's go ahead and do the sides now. Then we'll just kind of run through the inside, kind of get some of them edges out of there. Now let's do the other side. Then we'll check our size one last time. Then we should be able to go polish. Alright guys, let's check our size one last time here. Let's see, we were 10, we should be an 11 now. We are, so we're an 11 there, and we are an 11 there guys. Alright, 11 it is. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go, I'm going to pause the video real quick. I'm going to go clean this up and polish it real quick. And then we'll come back and look at the finished product, guys. Hold on, before I do that, I need to look at something real quick. What would happen if I zoomed that into about right there? Shit, I should have done that to begin with. You know what, guys? On the next video, I'm going to do that, guys. I'm sorry, man. I didn't know I could zoom in, keep it in focus like that. How far will... You got to be shitting me. Damn, y'all. My bad. Next time I'm going to have to do that. Like I said, this is kind of a new camera I'm working with, so I'm going to have to work with it, get used to it, until I get my other phone back. So, alright guys, I'm going to go polish this thing up and we'll be right back. We'll look at the finished product. Be right back. Alright guys, we are back with that ring. You can see we got it nice, clean and polished. Got it looking good. Got a size from a 10 to an 11. And yeah. Don't think we could have done much of a better job if you ask me. But that turned out real nice. But I think I might have a better visual on this camera now. Maybe. But hopefully you guys will stick around. We'll work through it together. But this is the Gangster Jeweler. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you would like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. If you'd like for me to do your repairs, I'll have the link for that down in the description, but it's not required. The tip or donation, it just helps the channel grow. Also, if you would like for me to do your repairs, you can visit my Etsy shop online. I'll have the link for that down in the description. And then also, if you would like to check out, if you're looking to buy jewelry in the Jacksonville area, I highly recommend Money Miser on Blanding Boulevard. And then there might be another store on 103rd that I might recommend once I get in there and kind of see what they're selling and what they're doing and what they're not doing. I don't want to advertise something they're not doing, you know. So at any rate, guys, this is Gangster Jeweler. Also, if you like, check out my Kick and TikTok live streams. I'm not doing Twitch anymore. It's Kick and TikTok live. They're gaming, reaction type stuff, all kinds of different things. So, but it's not really jewelry related. But if you want to check that out, I'll have the link for that down in the description as well. But I think that about covers everything. Oh, also, if you're looking to buy jewelry online, I highly recommend Stellar Jewelry. I'll have the link for that down in the description as well. But this is the Gangster Jeweler, guys. I I appreciate you guys sticking with me, even with this different camera. We're gonna have to get used to it for a little while, anyways. But this is Gangsta Driller. I appreciate you guys watching. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to Lord, whatever your name is, and some of you other loyal subscribers. But this is Gangsta Driller. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, y'all.